Hello and welcome back to The Broken Doll. Alright, I was doing some blushing on my doll here and I want to explain something. Not about blushing. I had a problem with the doll that I just finished. And I want to explain this too. Because I had some people were questioning me about this whole procedure. Alright. This goes on the inside of the doll. This will go right up next against it. Your cloth is out here and your leg is out here. Okay, so your leg is outside. There's a cloth here. You stick this inside the doll. You stick this inside the doll. And then the nail, this is the nail. This is my makeshift nail. I had to take the doll apart today, and there's a reason why I had to do that. The reason why is because her one leg looked like it was coming off. And I had a paper here, oh yeah. And it looked like it was coming off. And so anyways, it got looser and looser, and I'm like, what is happening here? Well, I do know one reason why it was happening. The reason is because the first nail, the one leg was fine because the nail was big and wonderful, and I was able to take it and do what I was supposed to do with it. And I'm going to show you what you're going to do. And then the other one, I broke a piece of it off. Oh, that is not good when you do that. So you got another issue. And so anyways, let's talk about the problem with that. Okay, so this is my nail. The green is the nail. And I got it in the coil. Now when you get it into the coil, you can start it at the lowest level. So let's just take that out and you put it on and you can start it right at the beginning. It is called a screw. So you're going to turn it and turn it and turn it till you get it to the highest level that it starts to get tight. Okay, I can see that this is somewhat tight because it's not a nail. It's not working as good. All right, so now there it is. It's sticking out. Now this is your full nail. Now what you're going to do is take your needle nose pliers and you want to take this and bend it so that it goes right in. That's so easy when it's a pipe cleaner. It's not that easy. You got it because those nails are tough. And you got to bend that right down in underneath another coil down below. And then when you turn that leg, this becomes one unit now, not two pieces. It's one unit, and this whole thing turns. What was happening with me is because the nail that was too short, I couldn't do that with it. I only had about this much, and so I could only bend it like this. So it was almost like a little candy cane type of bend. And so I couldn't get it down underneath a coil. So what I did was, so what was happening is, I'll tell you, as I turned the leg, I go up and down, this was turning back. This became still two units. Can't be like that. It's got to become one unit fast together. So I thought, what am I going to do? You have different scenarios, little ways of fixing the problem. What's the first way? Well, I could have taken this all out and got this out and went back to the leg and go, okay, my nail's not long enough, but it's actually this long because there's more in the doll, in the leg. But the thing is, though, that it's not going to go through, and by the time you get it through, this is all you got. So the thing is that what am I going to do with that? Well, I could dig that nail out and get another nail. But here's the problem. I don't know what type of nails they use. I don't know much about nails. I've never had to deal with it. I've always been, let's say, lucky that none of my nails, I've only had maybe one break, but it was just a tip. So I was still able to get the bend, and I was fine. This time it was quite the chunk. And when you get a piece of it taken off, you should have about at least that much of a nail, and I was down to that much. So when that happens, it's kind of detrimental to the doll and the leg. So anyways, what you got to do is try to see if you can bend. I was able to get it to bend enough over a coil and pinch it, so that this became one unit and it was moving as a unit. How long that will last, I hope it does. I'm going to watch that doll for a little while and see how she does. And if in a little while she's still doing quite nice, okay, we're all right. But if I'm still having an issue with the doll's leg, what's my next way I can go with this? Well, you can either go and research nails, which is what I'm going to do, or I could do a quick fix on the doll, and which will be a permanent. It's a quick fix, but it's a permanent fix. You take the doll's leg, you take that nail out, what's left of it, and you milliput this is a teddy bear hinge, and you put it on the leg itself. Stick that through the material, put your clamps, little round circle clamps on that, and you're ready to rumble. You're ready to go. That's the best I can come up with to how to deal with it. Now, the problem is that these, you can see them a bit, they kind of, because it's on the outside of the doll, between, this is now the doll's leg and the cloth is up to it. Sometimes you can see this. Now, I painted it very quickly with oil paint. Now, you shouldn't. It should be acrylic. This might peel off in time, but I just wanted to see what it would look like. And it looks pretty good. So if I was to mix up some acrylic paint and match my doll up as much as I can, as best as I can, that could work. And that's a really good fix. But now I'm looking at it going, well, should I do it to the other side? Just take the nail out. But if it's working, why? You know, so you might have this lopsided type look on your doll. So you want to keep it uniform if it bothers you. Myself, it wouldn't bother me. A lot of people it may not, but there's always somebody it might. So you have to think about, you know, what can you live with? You know, me, it's not a big deal. I would put that on and that's it. But I do want to research the nails. And I'm going to do that coming up here. I got to go to the hardware store because the little dog, my daughter's little dog took off with our bathtub plug. And we bought some, but they weren't the right size. So I'm going to go back to the hardware store and get myself another plug for the bathtub. And he thinks they're a toy. We must have left it near the bathtub edge, and he saw it, and he thought, well, look at here. Left just for me. You know, and off he went with it. So I got to make a trip there. I'm going to research nails. And I think I'm going to ask, what's a good bendable nail? You know, I need a nail that can really bend, not like, you know, too easily, but good enough, you know, that I can bend it through these coils, you know. I wish I had an example. I might, if I can dig out a leg, I might just bring a leg with me and show the type of nail I need. And that might be a good example as well. But there we go. That's how you do that. I hope that helped anybody else out there. Another question that was asked of me was, where do I get the Tremclad oil paint? This is my Tremclad oil paint. It's made by Rust-Oleum. Okay, so if you have Rust-Oleum in your country, you could use that just as well. In Canada here, they're very much into environmental ways, and they got rid of a lot of the oil paint. So my only avenue to go down was either go to the United States and bring back a gallon of white paint. But I mean, if I was there, I would not just bring a gallon, I'd bring 2. Or paint with acrylic only, or use this here. The only thing I wish it was a semi-gloss. This is a gloss white, and it's nice. It is shiny, but dolls should be shiny and new. You know, that's how I feel, but there are ways of bringing that shine down, I've heard of, you know, but I'm happy with the way it is. I'm content with it, but, and a lot of people seem to like the shininess of the doll. It's not too overpowering, you know, but if I could get a semi-gloss in the Tremclad, I would love to, but hey, I can't, so I live with it. Now, here's the next thing. You know, if you're living in Canada, that's what you got to get. Now, where do I get it from? I get it from a hardware store. Home Hardware, Home Depot, Walmart sells it. Where else? Anywhere where they have, you know, paints, you know, that they have a section for paints. That's where I get it from. And I bought 4. We have a thing called TSC here, which is now called PV Mart. They had a sale of it one time there. And it's usually about 17, 18 bucks here in Canada. And I got it for something like 12. And so I picked up 4 of them. And there's no harm in it. I've had them here for about a year now, and they still paint up beautifully. So the paint's wonderful. I just give it a good stir like you see me do, and on video here, and away I go, and I paint, and it does wonderful stuff here. So, you know, yeah, sometimes it might have a little bit of a skin on top. I just peel it off, and there's wonderful paint underneath. So don't let that deter you, you know. We're painting dolls. It's nothing like you're painting outside. Well, even if it was just on a toy, you know, an outside toy, you know, a steel toy, you still be fine with it. But anyways, as it may be, I hope this helped everybody else out. Now, I am blushing these dolls right now. That's my next thing I'm doing. And this is the first coat of blushing that I put on this doll. And it's looking really nice. Now by tomorrow, this will lighten up, and it will need another, I did about maybe three coats of blushing on the doll. And I let this dry, and then I'll come back and I'll put another coat on it. Because it's such a thin coat, it dries right overnight. Doesn't take it long, and you can go right back over it again. It's not like this here when you're putting on the flesh tone. The flesh tone does have to go for a little, quite a bit longer, but not this here. By tomorrow, I can come out here probably after about 1 o'clock, and I'll probably be out here putting another coat on this, on the doll again. And I just blush them up, and until you're satisfied with the blushing. So anyhow, I'll grab another one here, and I'll grab the other two here, and we'll blush them up and get them going here. And we'll get these other two here. Oh, I got a mess here in this. I just got this shop all straightened out, and I've got it all back to being a mess. My daughter loves to be organized, and I never have. I've always been one that's worked in a mess, and I do better that way. I get myself all cleaned up, and I don't know where anything is. She loves organization, and I admire that in her, but I just don't know how to get there. And I get there, and then I ruin it. So, but anyways, I'm going to put some a little dab will do you. So I got a little bit of a dab on there, and I know it looks like a lot, but you're going to spread the joy out. Now you don't want it to be circular, because then he starts to look kind of clown-like, and you got to just blend that in. Oop. I like a certain amount of organization. I shouldn't say I don't like being organized. I do have the shop organized to a certain point. I'm just unorganized. That's what it is right now. I've been rooting through things. That's why, and I got stuff just everywhere. So there is a certain amount of organization you got to have in this shop here, or it just starts to run you, you know. So I'm not going to say I don't like it. I just don't know how to keep it. I think that's more. I'll straighten everything up, and then the next day I'm right back to where I was before I straightened everything out again. But it's what it is. I'm working out here. So it's my place of work. But even when I was at work there, I try to keep my closets, like my things that I had in its right place, and my cart that they gave you to do your cleaning. But I never kept things. Nobody wanted to use my cart because it was a mess. But I knew where everything was, so there you go. To each their own, right? Just go around and just give a little bit of blood to the life to the doll. I gotta get some teeth in these dolls too. That's another thing. I don't want to go too much on the. Oh, there we go. Just a little bit up on the forehead. There we go. So we got another one done. Where's the other one? Oh, I put it on that. This is it, huh? Yeah, I thought I left it over there. Didn't know I brought it here. After a while, your sponges will have enough. And there, I got the red on there. And I just go up. But you'll get to what you like. Like I said, don't panic when you get a lot of red on there. It comes off, you know. So just keep moving. You can tell that I get it off, and I start looking at it, you know, after it right away. Just don't let it dry until you're happy. If you're not happy, then don't leave it, you know. Keep using a sponge, and there we go. Yeah, because you can work with this, you know, it works. Okay, so we're just going to put like a dab. Just a little dab will do you. Like they said, what was that for? Dippity-doo. A little dab will do you. My mother used to use that, dippity-doo. I don't know if anybody out there remembers dippity-doo. Was that for dippity-doo? A little dab will do you? I don't know. Maybe it was Bill cream or something. My dad used that. So I just want a little bit. Ooh, there we go. That's enough. I think it was for dippity-doo. There we go. You just don't want to make them clown-like. Oh, I can see some red up here. There we go. Like I say, while it's still wet, examine and make sure. And like I say, it's going to lighten up. And so what you're going to do tomorrow is come back to your doll And you're going to put another layer on till you feel satisfied with what you've got. You know, if you like where you're at with it, great. You've achieved a look you want. There we go. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. They didn't put the red up on the forehead or anything like that. They put it on the cheeks, but you know what? It just adds another dimension to the doll of some life there, you know. And it's not a lot. It's just a little, just to bring it to life. Get some blood on the doll. Looks like it's alive a bit, you know. There we go. Now we're going to let that dry. Oops, I don't like that. There we go. There. Whoops. Anyways, there they are. They're blushed. They're looking great. And we're just going to let that dry. And tomorrow we're going to come back and we're going to do it again until I feel that they are where they need to be. And yeah, I think they're looking really great. And yeah, we're coming. It's a step-by-step process, you know. Tomorrow, before I do them, I can actually put their teeth in first. If you want to see that, say down below. I'll put the teeth in and show you their teeth going in. And I'm not going to put their original teeth in because they're so glued. I try to get the glue off with some glue remover, and it's almost breaking the teeth because they're celluloid. They're early plastic. That's the most earliest plastic that was out at the time, was celluloid. And I'm like, okay, I got plenty of teeth here. We'll give them all new teeth. That way they all look the same with the same white teeth, and it'll work. But I try to get them off, and I just about broke. Like there's a slice. Like I'm going to bring off one tooth at a time, and one piece is trying to snap in half. And I try to get glue remover in there and let it sit overnight, and it's just not obeying at all. That whatever glue they used was mighty. So I don't want them, and they kind of have a dirty look to them. I could paint them. I could, and I was hoping that that's what I would do, is just give them a nice little coat of paint, but it's not working for me. It's not in the favor of the doll. So I'm just going to put in the teeth that I have already here, and yeah, I'm really happy. One of the dolls here I painted a little deeper yellow, but like I said, when the paint lightens up, it dries and it gets lighter, it looks really nice. It's a little bit darker than some of the others, but it still looks very nice. I think it's this one right here, but it still has a nice like a nice corn silky yellowy look to it. So I'm really happy with how well their spraying took, how well it turned out. So very content and happy with that. So but anyways, I'm going to come back with more. I got another video I might make here in a little bit here. I want to bring out a big doll of mine, and he needs to be changed. Something terrible he does. I might go in the house and get him. We're getting things ready for Christmas. We're going to put our Christmas tree up. We were hoping for today, but it didn't turn out that way. So we're going to hope for tomorrow. So we keep pushing it a day over, like we're going, okay, tomorrow. Okay, tomorrow. Okay, now tomorrow. But we have to get the space ready because I have all my dolls there. It just can't happen bang, because I got to roll up buggies and everything to get it where I want it to be. So anyhow, I hope you have a great week here. Don't worry.